Hey everybody, Joe Burnett with Big West Marketing. Just got back from New York City from the LocalU SEO Marketing Conference. I brought the team. I brought Leah Zins, our web design and on-site SEO director. I also brought Wendy Moon, our SEO director, and I'm very excited to share this highlight video with you. What I did is I pulled out all the stuff that I thought applied to our clients or anybody who follows this YouTube channel that's going to help home service businesses. That's who we work with, our home service businesses. So number one, we're going to start off with backlinks, link building. Joy Hawkins did a 3-year study, so we're going to go over exactly what she found out works and what doesn't work. Then we're going to get into Google local filters. This has to do with the 3-pack. If your neighbor is too close to you, you will not rank. And we're going to talk about what works, what doesn't work, and how to fix it. Then number 3, we're going to talk about the content on your website. We're going to talk about the content that you must have on your website, and then we're going to talk about the mistakes that people are making that can hurt your website. And then I'm going to give you 5 awesome tips, 5 tips from different speakers that were at the conference. I pulled out some slides. I'm going to show you those 5 awesome tips that are going to help take your website and your SEO to the next level. And I'm also going to show you some predictions that some of the speakers had when it comes to Google reviews. There's some really amazing stuff coming, some kind of scary stuff coming if you're playing games with reviews. And I'm also going to show you a tip that when it comes to Yelp reviews. If you're mad at Yelp when it comes to hiding reviews with the Yelp filters, then I'm going to show you a fix so you can get some of those reviews to start showing. Stay tuned to the end of the video for that. Let's get started right now. Okay, so now we're going to talk about backlinks. Before we get started, I want to make sure that you understand exactly what backlinks are. It's very simple, and SEO companies will try to complicate this and make it sound like you can't understand it, so you have to pay them a bunch of money. But basically, all a backlink is it's a link from one website to another. So if you click on a word or a picture and it links you over to another website, that is a backlink. And it's very important because Google looks at that as a signal that there's something important on a website that links to your website, and they'll use that to determine whether or not they should push your website higher in the rankings. So they're very important, but they're not easy to get. So I have a whole video on exactly how to get these backlinks, but what I want to share with you right now are the tips and the tricks and the information that I got from this conference when it comes to backlinks, because there's a lot of misinformation out there and there's a lot of wrong ways to do backlinks. So Joy Hawkins from Sterling Sky up in Canada, she actually put on this conference. She's one of the people that organized and presented this information, but she did a 3-year data-based study, very extensive, and she came out with some really interesting information. So basically, the first thing I want to talk about is what she did. She actually purchased some backlinks from a backlink service. There's tons of these companies out here selling backlinks to either businesses or agencies like ourselves. And some of them are very expensive. Some of them are very low quality. Some of them claim to be high quality. But most of them are called guest blog posts. So basically, they have all these blogs that they owned, and then you can buy posts. And from those posts, there are usually articles, and on these blogs that you put articles onto, within these articles, there are words that link over to your website. And supposedly, once you put these links within these articles and they link over to your website, all of a sudden your rankings go up. And what she found is that when you do this, you usually get a bump in rankings for about 30 days. And then the rankings drop back down to what they were before. So, not very useful. You spend all this money, you see a little bump, but then when you really pay attention to what happens, rankings go back down. So, waste of money whenever you hire these types of services, even the ones that claim to be high quality that are fairly pricey. Okay, so don't recommend using these guest blog posting services. And the reason is Google knows the difference between a high quality website or a high quality blog and a low quality blog. It's very interesting that I didn't know about before is that there is a shelf life, and she determined there's about a 10-month shelf life, even for good links. So you get a good link to your website, and it lasts for about 10 months. Sometimes longer, but 10 months is kind of the average. So if you're going to hire a company such as Big West Marketing or any other agency out there, and they're actually doing quality backlinks, not the cheap stuff or not the short-lived stuff, but the actual quality stuff, like the stuff that we do for our clients, you're still looking at about a 10-month time frame for these links to actually provide ranking value. So you're going to have to be getting new links, better links every 10 months, maybe 12 months. So about every year, as kind of a rule of thumb, you're going to have to be getting, fresh links to keep those rankings. Another thing that I want to make sure that she did determine in her testing, that backlinks are good for both organic rankings, okay, the stuff below the maps, also good for maps rankings. Much more powerful for organic, but does have some effect, not as much, but some effect on maps rankings, like the 3-packs rankings as well. Now, what Joy said she does for her clients is she has a very short list of reputable websites, reputable companies she has relationships with that she uses to get backlinks for her clients. She doesn't just hire a service and blast a bunch of links out there. Quantity is not the game, it's quality. You want a very few high quality links rather than a high number of spammy or useless links, okay? So if you're hiring a company and they're trying to sell you on a high number of backlinks, that's BS, okay? That's gonna do nothing for your website, and in some cases it can actually hurt your rankings, okay? If you got a bunch of spammy links coming to your website, okay? What you want is a small number of high quality links, okay? Now, like I said, in the link below, if you really want to get into this backlink thing, I've got a video on exactly how you can go get your own very high quality backlinks, step by step on exactly how you can do it, how we do it for our clients. But I want to move on to the next thing. All right, the next thing I want to talk about is what's called the Google Local Filter. And Colin Nielsen, also working for Sterling Sky up in Canada. And what it is Google doesn't want two similar businesses or two businesses that are in the same category that are neighbors, that are within 200 feet of each other, like the physical location, the physical address. They don't want two neighbors ranking in the 3-pack. It's not fair. This is what the filter is. One of those businesses is going to rank in the 3-pack, and the other one is going to be filtered out. And you can see here, Colin actually used a carpet cleaning company as one of his case studies, which I thought was pretty cool because we work with some cleaning companies. And basically what it means is if you've got a carpet cleaning company within 200 feet of another carpet cleaning company, only one of them gets to rank. And this is really important, especially if you are a carpet cleaning company and you want to also have like a rug cleaning company, because Google doesn't have separate categories for carpet cleaning and rug cleaning. So you pretty much have to have the same category, carpet cleaning, for both your rug and carpet cleaning company. And there's other examples, water restoration. What they determined is like suite numbers are, Google completely ignores suite numbers or unit numbers, okay? So if you think you're going to get past this filtering problem by just changing suite numbers or creating suites or units or anything like that, then it will not work. Now, I'm going to give you several ideas on what you can do to fix this, okay? What we've done to help our clients fix this, what Colin has done to help fix this, okay? You might not like the solutions, but these are things that you can do to help fix this filtering problem if this is something you're experiencing. Now, if you have a commercial location and your address is visible, okay, so this will not work if you're a home-based business and you and your neighbor are competing for the spot and one of you is being filtered out, okay? This will not work if it's a hidden address location. But if it is visible and it's like a commercial location and you've got your pin on the map, okay, so if it's visible location, if you got the pin on the map, you can actually go in there and move the pin so it's more than 200 square feet, okay? And then you actually will start showing and you will not be filtered out, okay? So that's the easiest solution, and if you're lucky enough to be in that position, easy fix, okay? So hopefully that you're in that position and that is your easy fix, okay? We've seen that happen. Wendy, my SEO director, said she has done that for a couple clients and it actually works, okay? So easy fix there. One other thing that can really help you be the one that's not filter out, okay, is to actually change your business name. Now, you don't just change it on Google, you got to change it everywhere. Okay, you got to change it with the Secretary of State. It has to be an official business name change. Colin is showing here a law firm actually that he did this with where it worked. And because Google wants to show the most reputable, authoritative business. And so the name, the business name, doesn't sound fair. I'm not saying this is fair. But for the keyword that they want to rank for, which is personal injury in this case, changing it from Smith & Smith Law Firm, kind of a generic name, they changed it to Smith & Smith Personal Injury Law Firm. Okay, so let's take it in the example of an electrical contractor. We work with a lot of electrical contractor, and let's say it's John's Home Services. If you want to change that to John's Electrical Services, you're going to have a much better chance of ranking and being the one that doesn't get filtered out. Okay, the final tip that has to do with fixing the filtering is actually moving your address. Okay, and I know this is something that nobody wants to hear, but I talk to people every day about ranking on Google, and it has to do with getting an address that Google actually likes and will rank you better. Okay, address is one of the most important ranking factors, regardless of what other SEO companies will tell you, because they know that this is a big cost that does not actually go to the SEO agency. Okay, but if you really want to start ranking on Google, okay, in the map pack specifically, we're talking about just the map pack, getting an address location, specifically a commercial address location, can be one of the best investments you ever make for your business. Okay, so if you want to get out of the filter and get ranking and invest in something that's going to be long-term for your business, I highly recommend getting an address location that Google loves. And if you want to get on the phone with Big West Marketing and talk about addresses that actually work, that Google actually loves, because there's lots of different things that Google likes and Google doesn't like, then book a call with Big West Marketing, okay, a free consultation, and we can go over this address situation. I'm going to start making lots more videos on this. It's becoming one of the top ranking factors, okay? That and website optimization are becoming the top 2 ranking factors for ranking in the Google Maps, okay? But let's move on to the next thing. Next, we're going to talk about the content for your website, or the words or text on your website. And this section was presented by Greg Gifford. And Greg is a celebrity in the local SEO world. He travels worldwide and gives speeches, and he's a big sci-fi fan. So these next few slides are going to have a sci-fi theme in the background. The first one is, he says, if you don't have good content, you won't answer customers' questions, which means fewer leads. And he nailed it. So with Google's helpful content update that came out, their last big major update, their algorithm update, they wanted to make sure that the content on the website was high quality, okay? They want people's websites to have authoritative content that is very high quality. Within the last year, we went through and revamped the content, especially on the home page and the service pages for all of the SEO clients that we serve. And we put basically frequently asked questions that we know are going to help the customers of our clients, because we know this is something that Google is looking for. This is great for SEO. And so each page that you're trying to rank needs to be the best answer in the local area to the question that the searcher is asking. So for example, if you're trying to rank for EV charger installs, then you need to have a page that's all about EV charger installs in that specific city. Okay? You don't want to just bunch EV charger installs onto the homepage or onto a page that talks about all kinds of other things. Okay? You want it to be very specific. And then once again, you want to have frequently asked questions. What are the actual questions that your customers are asking about each one of these services? Okay, so you want to have frequently asked questions on each one of your service pages. So think this through and think about what kinds of questions your customers are asking. And let me show you an example of what we're doing to our website, that once you scroll down below the fold or below the initial screen when you first see the website, you're going to see our website is pretty much made up of frequently asked questions. What are your prices? What makes Big West different? Okay, but then you get down to specific questions that I answer every single day when I have my free consultations. What can I expect from your customer service? Okay, I'm not a technical person. What can you take off my plate? We offer SEO. Each one of these pages also go into frequently asked questions. Basically, my website is going to be one big frequently asked questions website. And one of the big mistakes that people make, and Greg made a huge deal about this, and I see this all the time as well, is people will try to stuff multiple cities into the title tags or the headings, okay? So on your homepage especially, okay, I know that you want to rank in multiple cities and there's different ways to do this, but the homepage is not the place to start stuffing all of the different cities that you serve, okay? Google does not want to see that. And that does bring us to the concept of city pages. And when I talk about city pages, it's a specific page on your website that targets a specific city. And that is the correct way to start ranking organically in different cities. And we are service area businesses, so we want to rank in lots of different cities. We don't want to just rank in the city we're located in. The right way to do it is to have a page that is very unique, that targets the city, and has content that is very unique to that city and is written specifically for that city, has pictures that are specific to that city, and has testimonies or reviews that are specific to that city, okay? And I've got lots of examples on other videos that I've created. Greg here even has a link here if you wanna go to that video that Greg has created. But once again, I will have my link to set up a free consultation if you wanna get on the phone and talk to us about exactly how to do this, or if you wanna look at examples that we've done that are working for other clients that we have. Okay, now to wrap up the video, I'm gonna give you the top 5 tips, gold nuggets that you can use to rank on Google. These are just slides that I pulled out from speakers that I thought would help your business, help your website rank on Google. So let's get started right now. Okay, so one of the speakers did a bunch of testing and found out that Google loves calculators. They love interactive content. So if you want to put a calculator on your website, and in this example, he used solar cost savings. So he has a client that does solar installs, and they have a calculator on their website that does solar cost savings. It's a very simple calculator, and you can find programs, or you can hire companies that will create calculators for your website, and they can be very simple, very low cost. I actually built a free calculator for determining the ROI for SEO for service businesses. I put one of these on my website, and I used a program called calconic.com, and they build calculators for websites, and they have a free version and a paid version. This is actually a free version. I just have to have a link that goes back to their website. You can do this for your website. Service businesses can do this for their website, and like I said, Google absolutely loves it. Next, case studies. Google absolutely loves it when you have fleshed out case studies, and you don't have to necessarily have a video. A video can help, but look at this case study here. Once again, this guy is using his solar install client, but he's got specific data with specific numbers and stats across the bottom here. Next, if you can put pricing on your website, Google absolutely loves when you have pricing or cost information on your website. And I know there's a lot of pushback here. You say, I don't want to put my prices on my website because it varies so much and I don't want my competitors to see what I charge. But let me throw this back at you. You don't have to put your exact pricing. You can actually explain how you do pricing, or explain why it's difficult to do pricing until you get on the phone with somebody. But Google loves to see price ranges or an explanation of pricing or why it is difficult to do pricing, as long as you have, once again, numbers on a pricing page or an explanation of how you do your pricing. That will count as well. So you don't have to put your exact pricing on the page. You just have to have something about pricing with some sort of number values. Next tip here, and this is more a conversion tip rather than an SEO tip, but this speaker actually was calling this micro copy. So you've got your call to action. So for example, schedule a service call. Now notice below this, he had a much higher rate of people actually clicking this button when he said it just takes 30 seconds or less. So instead of just saying call now or schedule now, give them an extra incentive. And this is a great one. You can steal this one right here. Just say it takes 30 seconds or less, or takes 60 seconds or less. Especially since people are so strapped for time these days, if you can make sure that they know that this is going to be quick and easy with a simple little sentence like this. This guy said when he added this micro copy, his client got a huge increase in the number of people that actually clicked the button or made the call. Go ahead and do this, copy this, or do something very similar. Now, I want to switch gears real quick and tell you what's coming when it comes to Google reviews. Google is starting to really become strict when it comes to people putting fake reviews on their business profile. So for years now, people have been able to put fake reviews on their Google business profile, and Google's been letting it slide. Yes, I know once in a while Google reviews will disappear. Sometimes they're good reviews, sometimes they're fake reviews, but we all know that competitor that has a ton of fake reviews and they're getting away with it. Those days are going away. And one of the speakers found a screenshot here of what it's going to look like if Google catches you with fake reviews on your profile. And what they think is going to happen is Google is going to do what's called business shaming. And they're basically going to try to embarrass a business by putting something like this on the profile to make the business look bad when customers come to the profile. And they're thinking this is probably going to last about 30 days. And you don't want your customers to see something like this on your profile. If you're purchasing fake reviews, or if you're having people put reviews that Google might think are fake, stop that now, because this is what might show up on your profile. And if your competitors are doing this, this is going to help you out big time. Like I said, it's probably not here yet in your area, but it is coming soon. So I wanted to share this with you guys. And then finally, at the beginning of this video, I talked to you about Yelp reviews. And I've got a ton of people that are mad at Yelp because Yelp hides good reviews, and it's called the Yelp filter. Now, I have a fix for this, and it's not necessarily something that you're going to like. It's not something that's easy to do, but at least I'm going to give you guys a solution and something you can work with. And I heard this from Greg Gifford, who I talked about earlier. He's one of the speakers, and he figured this out and he shared it with me. So I want to share it with you guys because this is the first time I've ever heard of why Yelp does and what you can do about it. So apparently Yelp isn't doing this to be evil. Yelp isn't doing this to get you to spend money with them. What happens is the reason that Yelp is hiding some of your good reviews is because the people that left those reviews have become inactive, meaning they stopped leaving reviews on other places for other businesses. Okay, they've just become kind of dormant users. So if those users start leaving reviews on other businesses again, then the reviews will start showing up on your Yelp account again. So the fix is, and like I said, this is not easy, but if you can contact those people, like if you get into your CRM or your database, and you know that they're good customers, if you can reach out to those customers by email, by phone, whatever works, and ask them to go leave some reviews with restaurants or other businesses around town, go leave 3 or 4 reviews out there on Yelp with other businesses, then Yelp will mark them as active users, and guess what? Those reviews will become unfiltered. They'll show up on your account, okay? So they will become unhidden, unfiltered, and that is the fix. Like I said, not easy, okay? But at least it has something that you can work with, okay? It's the first time I've heard anything about this, and so I just wanted to share it with you guys. Hopefully that's helpful, and hopefully it just sheds a little bit of light on this whole Yelp hiding reviews or the Yelp filter, okay? Hope that's helpful. This was mainly for my SEO clients, but I wanted to share it with everybody that subscribes to my YouTube channel or is on my email list. Once again, my name is Joe Burnich with BigWestMarketing.com, and I will see you in the next video.